What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Legacy, and Registeel is back in raids, and today we're going to go over what I think are the top 15 counters for the Registeel raid in Pokemon GO. Now it's got its legacy moves, so if you guys want to Zap Cannon Registeel for PvP, it's good in the Great League and the Ultra League. And yeah, Registeel is a pure steel type, so it's weak to fire, ground, and fighting type. Now surprisingly, I didn't include any ground type Pokemon in the top 15. Fire and fighting types are just better. Now let's go over its fast move and charge move. So the fast moves on Registeel are Lock On, Rock Smash, and Metal Claw. Its charge moves are Focus Blast, Hyper Beam, and what's the other one? Focus Blast, Hyper Beam, and Flash Cannon. Alright, let's go over it quickly now. We'll start with number 15. I'm not going to evolve all the Megas, but yeah, you want Mega Houndoom. You can see it there, Fire Fang, Frame Thrower, for the moves you need for Houndoom, for Mega Houndoom. Now Mega Houndoom's Dark typing hurts it here, so it's going to make it weak to Focus Blast, but its fire typing makes it resist, what's the move? Flash Cannon, and then Hyper Beam will be neutral. So that's number 15. Let's go to number 14. What's number 14? Is Hariyama, Shadow Hariyama with counter Dynamic Punch. I don't have one, so I'm just going to show you guys this one. Now it's a pure fighting type, so Focus Blast will be neutral, Hyper Beam will be neutral, and then Flash Cannon. So all the moves will be neutral. It does okay. Now let's go to number 13 is Shadow Typhlosion, another Pokemon I don't have. Now you do need a Community Day move here, so if you don't have one, you're going to have to use an Elite Charge TM. Now the fast move you want is Incinerate, Charge move, Blast Burn obviously. And it's a pure fighting typing, is going to help it against, it's going to help it single resist, Flash Cannon, the other two moves, Focus Blast and Hyper Beam will be neutral. That's number 13. Let's go to number 12. Shadow Charizard with Fire Spin, Blast Burn. Yeah, so Shadow Charizard is going to do really well. It's going to resist Flash Cannon due to its fire type, single resist, and it's going to single resist Focus Blast due to the flying type. So yeah, Shadow Charizard is really, really good. That's number what? 12. Let's go to number 11, Keldeo. My boy Keldeo. Where's Keldeo? Oh, Keldeo's so good. I want to max one to level 40 at least for a unique challenge. Now, you want Low Kick, Sacred Sword on Keldeo. Now, its water typing actually helps it resist Steel, which is really good. And then the other two moves, Hyper Beam and Focus Blast, will be neutral. Okay, that's number 11. Now let's go to number 10. As Mega Alakazam. I'm not going to evolve it, but you do need a Community Day Alakazam with counter and Focus Blast. It just hits very hard. It hits like a truck at Mega Alakazam. That's why a lot of times it just shows up on a lot of top 15 lists. Its attack stat is just so high. But yeah, counter, Focus Blast. Now it's psychic. It's going to be neutral against Hyper Beam and Flash Cannon, but it's going to do well against Focus Blast since it's psychic typing. It's going to resist fighting. Okay, that's what, number 10. Let's go to number 9, which is Shadow Machamp. Counter Dynamic Punch from Machamp. Yeah, Shadow Machamp is just like Hariyama. It's a pure fighting type, so I think everything is neutral. Focus Blast, Hyper Beam, and Flash Cannon are all neutral, so not much to talk about there on number 9. Now let's go to number 8, Shadow Entei. I feel like I say this in almost every video. Every time Entei, Raikou show up in the top counters list. Niantic has not brought back Entei Raikou in years. That's why I don't have a level 50 Entei or a level 50 Raikou, and I'm upset about it. Because we had them for like a little bit during the Johto tour, but it was only one day. Plus, there was mostly Lugias and Ho-Ohs, so yeah. Niantic, bring these dogs or cats, beasts, whatever they are back, please. Now you want Fire Fang Overheat on Entei. It's a pure fire type, so Hyper Beam and Focus Blast will be neutral damage. It's going to resist Flash Cannon. That's number 8. Now let's go to number 7 is Ho-Oh, but you want the, where is it? You want this one, the Apex. So the Apex, whatever it was called, Apex Predator. No, that's Randy Orton, not the Apex Predator. That's what I think about when I think of Apex. Okay, so Incinerate, Sacred Fire. So you need that Shadow bonus, that boosted Sacred Fire with the plus sign on it. This is the regular Shadow Ho-Oh. You don't want this one. You want this one with the plus sign on it with Incinerate and Sacred Fire. Now it's a fire flying typing, so it's going to be the same thing as Shadow Charizard. It's going to resist Flash Cannon and Focus Blast. And then Hyper Beam will be neutral. Yeah, so Shadow Ho-Oh is pretty good at number 7. Now let's go to number 6. I probably could have put this one a little lower on the list, but it just Sacred Sword and Double Kick are just such good moves. Now it's gonna have more feints than some of the other types, but it's so good though. Like it's a rock fighting type, so the rock typing helps it resist Hyper Beam. I didn't even know rock resisted normal. I had no idea. I had to film this video twice because I didn't know that. I messed up and I'm thinking, wait, does rock resist normal? Because no one ever uses normal moves. It's like, it was just so weird. But yeah, double kick, Sacred Sword. Sacred Sword is a legacy move, so yeah. Look at this beautiful Shundo I got last year. The only Shundo I've caught from a legendary raid. I got one from a lucky trade, but this is the only one I've caught from a legendary raid. Now its rock typing is gonna hurt it against Flash Cannon and Focus Blast, so it does get hurt there. That's why maybe I should have put it a little lower on the list. But like I said, Sacred Sword really carries it here. Now let's go to the top 5 now. Moltres makes it in a top 5 with Fire Spin, Overheat. So it's kind of the same thing as Ho-Oh and Shadow Ho-Oh and Shadow Charizard. The flying typing helps it with Focus Blast, and fire typing helps it with Flash Cannon, and Hyper Beam is neutral. Now let's go to number 4 on the list is my boy Reshiram, one of my favorite legendaries. I think it's number 2 behind Kyogre. Kyogre is number 1. Everyone always makes fun of me how much I love my Big Whale. But yeah, now you do need Fusion Flare. Otherwise, it's still good with Overheat, but it's not. It goes lower on the list. Fusion Flare basically made it the king of the fire types. Now the Dragon typing here does not help it. So unlike Moltres, it's not going to resist. It's not going to resist Focus Blast. So it's just going to be neutral with Focus Blast, neutral with Hyper Beam, and it's going to resist Flash Cannon. Now I can't wait to see once we get a Shadow Reshiram. It's going to be so good. I wonder when. I mean, we're finally getting Shadow Registeel in Pokemon GO, so they're going to probably release Shadow Regice this year and Shadow Regice, Shadow Regirock. So maybe next year we'll get like Rayquaza, Shadow Kyogre, Shadow Groudon. But yeah, Fire Fang, Fusion Flare. Now let's go to the Megas. Now we're gonna go over number 3 and number 2 at the same time, which is Mega Charizard X and Mega Charizard Y. You want Fire Spin and Blast Bird on both of these. Now X is number 3, Y is number 2. Now X is a Fire Dragon typing, so it's gonna be neutral with Focus Blast and Hyper Beam, but the Fire type is gonna resist Flash Cannon. Now Mega Charizard Y has the advantage that Moltres and Ho-Oh and regular Charizard have, regular Shadow Charizard. It's just gonna resist Focus Blast, gonna resist Flash Cannon, and then Hyper Beam will be neutral. And obviously the Mega Boost is so good, that's why these guys are all the way up at number 3 and number 2. Alright, number 1 is my boy Blaziken, Mega Blaziken. Now this is I guess we'll go over it. If you have neutral weather, then you want counter Blast Burn. If you have sunny, I think you want to go with Fire Spin and Blast Burn. And I think in cloudy you want counter Focus Blast. I'm not sure about that one. Now, Mega Blaziken is so good. It's the best fire type Mega and fighting type Mega in the game currently. So it being a fire type is going to resist Flash Cannon, and the other 2 moves will be neutral, both Hyper Beam and Focus Blast. Anyway, there you guys have it. I'm not gonna rate too many Registeel. I don't really need Registeel, but they announced like all these. This next February is gonna be a crazy month for Pokemon GO. There's gonna be Mega Latios, Mega Latias, Rayquaza is coming back with a new move, and what else is happening? The Hoenn Tour. I'm gonna be in Vegas, and then plus the global Hoenn Tour right after I come back from Vegas. So yeah, it's gonna be a busy month. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're new here, please consider subscribing, and I'll see all you next time. Bye.